Hey guys, it's Rum's Cakes. Hope everyone's doing well. Today we're continuing on in the season of rustic bakes by Rum's Cakes, and we're doing a classic banana and walnut loaf. It seems to be a trend at the moment that everybody's doing, so I figured why not join in the fun. It's my own take on it, so yeah, there'll be a few little surprises in there. Hope you continue to enjoy all the bakes that we're doing. Any questions, don't forget to ask me. And yeah, let's get to baking. Okay guys, so as always, I'd like to show you what you're going to be working with in as far as your ingredients. So we're going to start with the flour, then we're going to work our way to the sugar. We have buttermilk, we've got eggs, we've got walnuts, we've got butter, we've got raisins, and then we've got our raising agents, baking powder, baking soda, a little bit of salt, always helps with the flavour, vanilla, dark chocolate. Our equipment for today is the electric whisk, a bowl and a wooden spoon if you don't have one of those, some good old elbow grease. Today I've got my little cloth thing to stop the bowl from going away from me. And then of course I've got my tins prepared with butter and flour. Like always, you can always use greaseproof paper, but I'm trying to make this as simple as possible for those that don't always have the ability to get those things. So yeah, let's get to mixing all this good stuff together. Oh, did I mention we got bananas? It wouldn't be a banana cake without bananas. Okay, here we go. Okay guys, so we're gonna do the first step. As always, we're gonna sift our dry ingredients. So we get the flour, our salt, baking powder, get rid of all of it, and baking soda. This time it can all go as one. If you remember for the red velvet cake, the baking soda went with vinegar, but there's no vinegar in this one this week. So we're just gonna sift those together. I'm just showing this just so you know how that goes. And then we're gonna do our wet ingredients. Okay, so now we're going to do the next step, which is to cream the butter and the sugar together. If you get your wooden spoon, your butter needs to be room temperature soft so you can malleable, so it's malleable like this. You want to sort of be able to mix it to get it going a little bit. So this is what you would do if you didn't have a mixer. And then get your sugar in. See why that thing underneath is really important, because the bowl is going nowhere. So this is what you would do. Okay, we're going to switch over to the electric whisk. Show you what it looks like when we're done. If your mix splits after adding an egg, you can just add a little spoonful of flour and that will help to bring it back. And then continue on with the process, add an egg, whip it up until all the eggs are combined. Okay guys, so we've got our bananas now. And we're going to mash these by hand. I'm sure you get the gist of how this goes. So I'm just going to mash these, show you what it looks like, and then we're just going to add this to the cake mix and combine it before we go to the next step. Okay. So that's the mashed banana on top. We're going to combine that in by hand. The rest of the process from here we'll do mix of by hand and also with a mixer. I know it doesn't look very appetizing, don't worry about it. Cake mix really does when it's being made, but once you eat it, don't worry about what this bit. So the mashed banana is combined. It looks a little split, so what we're going to do is add 1/4 of the flour or thereabouts and put all of it in. And I've already put my vanilla into my buttermilk. So we're going to pour a little bit of this. And again, this is just homemade buttermilk. It's just cheaper, you know. Milk and lemon juice combined. Leave it to sit for a little bit. So keep doing this until all your flour and buttermilk is combined. So you do this bit by bit by bit. Be patient, guys. It will be worth it, trust me. Don't overdo it. Okay, we'll show you what it's. Okay, so the mix has kind of doubled in size. That's because of all the buttermilk reacting with the raising agents that are in there. And I've been as very gentle as possible because I don't want to knock any of the air out. So now we're going to put in our dry ingredients, as in our little surprises that are going to add the flavour. The cake has already got the mashed banana in it, so the first thing we're going to add is our chopped walnuts. They're good for texture and all that good stuff. And then add our raisins. Again, all this stuff is optional, by the way, so you don't have to put it in. You can just do banana as it is. That's completely up to you. And then the last thing we're going to add is our dark chocolate. And then we're going to mix all of this together. And then we're going to put this into our tin. Now, this looks like a lot, so if it doesn't fit into 2 tins like I've done, I'm fortunate I have a 3rd or a 4th loaf tin, but you can always make muffins out of this, so like we did with the red velvet cake. So yeah, don't over mix, guys. We're now going to put this into the tins. Nice. Right, so my cake mix made 3 loaf tins in the end, so that's good, more cake for us. So what we're going to do now, like last time, run through, this time I've got a knife. Run your knife through, make sure that there are no bubbles. Not very smart doing this without the thing underneath, but it's okay, you get the gist. And the idea is to make sure we don't have any ghastly big holes in the cake. Remember last time we banged the tins, so make sure everything is settled. And then, just for a little extra touch, if you've got any extra banana lying about, just maybe add a couple of slices to each cake as a bit of interest. My hands are clean. Add a little bit of banana if you've got an extra piece. Make it 3 pieces on top. Ripe banana is the best for this, guys, because it really does add the taste. Okay, so these are going to bake in the oven at 160 degrees C or 320 Fahrenheit or gas mark 3. I learnt them this time. And these are going to bake for about minimum 35 minutes up to 50 minutes, but just keep an eye on them. And as per usual, run a skewer through them just to check that the skewer comes out clean, and then you'll know that your cakes are done, and then I'll show you the finished article. Okay. Okay guys, so when your cakes come out of the oven, the skewer will come out clean. Leave them in the tin for about 5 minutes, and then you're going to turn them out onto the wire rack, and I'll show you the finished article when it's done. Okay, so the cakes came out of the oven. I've put them onto the wire rack to cool completely, but before I did that, I added like a little syrup drizzle on top just to keep them moist. They're covered in cling film, as you can see, sitting on the wire rack, and they're going to stay there until they cool down. all the way. You can eat them now, but cutting it will be quite difficult because they'll be rather soft. So, but if you keep the cling film on them, that will keep them from going dry. And then I'll show you the finished result. Okay guys, so here is the finished article. Banana, walnut, chocolate, and raisin cake. I hope you've enjoyed making. See what I mean by it being too soft for trying to cut it? It kind of breaks. But this is rustic bakes, so you know, it's all about the taste at the end of the day. The nice thing about this is you can have it with ice cream, you can have it with cream cheese frosting if you really want it to be extra. You could have it with mascarpone, a little bit of cream, all sorts of things you can have it with, but personally, I just have it with a cup of tea. So, I hope you've enjoyed watching, guys, and don't forget to tag me in everything that you do at Rums Cakes, RUMS_cakes, or use the hashtag Rums Cakes, and we'll see you on the next bake. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. God bless.